So what is file blocking, guys? I tried to explain that there is a default policy of the file blocking. Let's open it. Okay. So what is file blocking? File blocking is what? Like any kind of packet, any kind of file. See that 7Z. It's a type of file, right? BAT, CAB, CHM, class, CPL, DLL, whatever. It's any kind, any application, and file type would be any kind of file type. Okay. Those are actually risky. See that block all risky file types. Those are actually a risky file type. Okay. So those are even the torrent. See the torrent, tar, WIVE, WSL, block encrypted files, some kind of files which is encrypted RAR file, we know that, right? Encrypted zip file, we know that. If it's encrypted even, any kind of a log, other files also, if there is any kind of other files, it will generate a log for that. So any kind of file, no one can come here. See the direction. No one can download it. I am not able to see because it's a read only. Let me create a clone for that. Okay. Now open it. Okay. So what is the direction? Any kind of file. See that no one can upload it. No one can download it. Okay. It's a direction. What you want. Like if you have a, let me explain here again. So like guys, where it will use, you have a firewall and suppose in the DMZ, you have one FTP server. Okay. FTP server, Dropbox, you know, right? Dropbox, even the Google Drive, those are kind of FTP server, right? Okay. So if you're dealing with the files, file transfer protocol, right? So if you have an FTP server where people actually use to dump the file, and public, even the outside, even the inside, public used to come and, you know, download and upload it, either download it, either upload it, right? We know the meaning of upload and download, right? So what happened? Any kind of file, 7J, DLL, all the type of file. You don't want, like even if you want to create a policy for any specific one, the default policy is the same. You can use it, the default policy. Even if you, the main thing is that why I'm cloning it. If you clone it, you will get the access of, you know, because in the default policy, it's a read only. You can select it. But in the if I create a clone, we are able to see, right? I will able to see what is upload, download, what are the things. You can play with it. You can edit it. But in the default policy, we can't able to edit actually. Okay. The same things. Okay. So what I'm explaining. So like if we have a FTP server, I don't want that if someone coming from the outside, okay, if someone coming from the outside, I don't want that they will either upload any file, or either download any file. They can view it, okay, but I don't want they will either upload, either download. According to you, if you want that someone could upload it but not download it, either someone can download it, not upload it, even the both. It's all depend on you. So you can create a policy that anyone, like for these all files, okay, no one can either upload it, either download it, whatever you choose. If you want to upload or download, if what you want, or the both means upload and download. You want to block it or continue. So continue means what? It's kind of a allow, but it will give you one prompt to allow, you know, some kind of, it will give you a prompt that do you really want to continue? It is monitored by the firewall admin guys. Some kind of stuff will come. So if you want to continue, they will press a continue and it will get access. Okay. So likewise, you can create a, you know, policy, and there you can allow. So let's see we can create a policy. So suppose what kind of policy I'm going to create? Suppose from the outside. Okay. Not from the outside. Suppose from the outside. Anyway, not from this. Like source is on the inside, destination is outside. Source is suppose 10.1.1.1. Okay. Inside like IP is 1.1.1. Okay. And the port is, there is a one FTP port. Like this one is FTP port. Okay. Located at the internet. Okay. Okay. Port is 21 is the FTP port. Okay. I'm going to create a one policy, security policy, and I will create a one filter. What is that? File blocking. Okay. I will create a one file blocking profile, and I want that this source can only able to, you know, upload it anything or download it, whatever you want, or both sides would be blocked. I don't want that these guys will try to access it. It will get the access, but it will not download anything or not block anything. Okay. So this kind of policy we can create. So let me create it if you want, but I won't able to demonstrate it here. Okay. But let me, like, if I create a one file blocking policy. Okay. So I want both sides. Okay. This I've created the policy that both sides, that is not continuous, is block. I don't want that. Okay. And type okay. So file blocking policy has created. Okay. Let's come to the policy. So let's create a policy for that. Okay. So that is a suppose FTP policy. Okay. Source, just as I explained, is belong to, suppose just for the whatever I explained it. It is inside. Source IP, like I want to give 10.1.1.1. Okay. Destination is it as outside, and destination IP, as I mentioned, 1.1.1. Okay, that's fine. Application is, let it be. Let's see in the application I will get a FTP or not. there it is. Just allow FTP here. Services not required because I've already allowed from the application. Come to the action would be allowed, and go to the profile setting, come to the profile, and whatever the file blocking I have created it, come to file blocking, and this is the policy I have created, right? File blocking policy. Just select it and okay, and commit it. It is going to be fed. So what is the meaning of this policy? Like whenever this user 10111, he will try to access this. Suppose it's a FTP server 1.1, it will get the access, but he will not able to see that what there is a whatever the profile will select, it will come to like it will come like file blocking. Once I will scroll it, it will come file blocking. So this file blocking, he will not able to upload anything of this server. If it's a FTP server, he will not able to upload anything. He will not even able to download anything. That is blocked, right? So that's how we can create a profile for that file blocking. Now come to the objects. Wi-Fi analysis I've already explained. This is a default policy. It is going to the public cloud. That's it. It is keep it like this. No need to assign anything. It is by default. We no need to assign. It will automatically work. Wi-Fi analysis, no need to assign anything. Come to the data filtering, guys. You won't be able to see anything. Because we can see in the antivirus there is a one default policy. Anti-spyware, there is a default policy. Vulnerable protection, there is a default policy, right? Even URL filtering, there is a one default policy. Even file blocking, there is a default policy, right? But data filtering, there is a no default policy. Guys, make sure your file blocking and data filtering is similar. If I click on add, just try to create a data filtering policy. What I will see. So this is for the data capture. And what would happen if I click on add? It will create some pattern. What kind of pattern you are going to see? So any kind of pattern, like here you need to create a pattern. And just check file properties. This is for the see that any regular expression, any kind of pattern of the profile, like dot star dot star dot star. If it's a file properties, whatever you want to choose. If you choose a file properties, you need to give the name of the file property, like file, then file type. These are the file. Which kind of file? Adobe PDF, AIP. These are Microsoft Excel, even Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. So what kind of file properties you want to create a policy for that? Like I've created for Excel. And then file properties. Let me click here. So author, category, what you want to block it, what you want to allow it. Classification. Like in this file, Microsoft Excel, like file property, author, and property value. What are the you just assign the value anything. Any value you can give. What value is going to match actually. So you will just write it down, the value of whatever the Microsoft Excel, whatever the property file property you have choose, give the value, right? You need to write it down. I don't know something, anything, you just write it down. So likewise, what do you want to block it? So definitely you need to write it whatever you want to block it or allow it, whatever. Once I click on it, this is for data filtering. I will get it. See that pattern, application any, and file type. These are I have chosen any Adobe, Excel, everything is there, right? You can select it from there. What kind of file type you want? If you want to select it, we already create the pattern here. Direction, what you want? Upload, download, both. You can choose the direction. Whether someone would want to upload that particular author-based pattern of this file, you want to upload, you want to download, you want to block. It will just you need to check it, or you want to just say the log severity informational. You want to informational. You want to make a critical. It's a log type, right? And alert threshold. So how many times someone would access? 1 time, 2 time. It will, like I mentioned, 5. If someone would try to access that particular pattern 5 times, it will give me a alert after the 5. And then if you want to block it, if he tried to access for the 6th time, it will block it. So that's how you can create a one data filtering policy. If you want to create like this, you can create. Otherwise, your file blocking system is taking care of everything. So that's what for the data filtering policy. So that's how actually we have created the antivirus. We have created the anti-spyware. We have created the vulnerability protection, URL filtering, file blocking, and data filtering. So guys, for any policy, just suppose I want to create a one test policy. I want to create a one test policy. Click on add, just test policy. It's just I'm giving anything, test policy, and I want to like any traffic coming from the outside. Source would be any. If it's coming to the inside, and like my inside IP as per the topologies, 172.16, right? I will give 172.16.1.1.0/24. So suppose if any traffic coming from the outside, coming to the destination inside, application, let's suppose anything, service is allowed, action, service is ready, action is allowed. Now come to the profile setting. I want to keep all my whatever the viruses, and there is if you come to the click on profile settings, you will get these options: profiles, group, and none. First learn the profile. in the profile, we have just created, right? So whatever I want to assign, whatever the antivirus I have created, I want to put the antivirus profile here also. Whatever the vulnerability protection I have created, like default, like strict, I want to apply. You just applied it, okay? For anti-spyware, if you create anything, okay, I want to assign the anti-spyware as well. For URL filtering, just click on default. There is nothing. File blocking, like just now we have created the file blocking, we can create it. For the data filtering, create the data filtering. For wildfire analysis, default. So likewise, we have selected all the profile. Okay, in the profile, individual we have created. Okay, and we just do okay. So all the like antivirus, everything in the test policy, you can see that like everything has been, this is the profile. All profile has been configured for this policy. So accordingly, you can create a policy and you can assign individual you want. Okay, so that's the one part. But like come to the object. Instead of, we know that object group, right? Like instead of going for the individual, there is a one security profile group. We can create a one single group and we can assign it. Just give a name, security profile group. Okay, security profile group. So we can choose here antivirus. Like if you created individually whatever here, just select it. Same way we have created. Just call here like object group, right? Whenever we create object group, we just bring all the IPs, whatever the objects you want to bring. Likewise, same we can bring it all the policies, profile policy. Like just choose whatever you want, and just it will all come into the one policy. You can create a multiple group like this security policy. You can create and just create a all multiple group. Like now come to the policy. Okay, and like just go to the test policy into the action. So like in the profile, the first option is the profile. We have selected individually. Instead of going we can just select group, and in the group, whatever the profile just we have created, security profile group, that is okay. Okay, whatever the group we have created, like we have selected, it's the same thing we have just created the security profile. Like, okay. So one test policy, let's just create a one policy from the inside. Suppose, okay. So okay. I have created one policy for the inside policy, any name, okay, inside policy. Okay, source, like it is going from the any policy. Like in the offices, we have a multiple thousand of policy, right? Like this one is 172.16.1.0 plus 24. Okay, that's my source IP. Destination I want to keep anywhere. Okay, application is all everything allowed. Okay, and in the action is allow, and come to the profile settings. Okay, so now either we can, as I explained, either we can assign the individual, just like traffic going from the inside to outside. So I want that URL filtering. Okay, so whatever the URL filtering I have configured, I want that it should be filtered URL filtering. The traffic going from the inside to outside network, I don't want that antivirus should be choose. I don't want to assign any antivirus, because the traffic coming from the outside to inside, that is the vulnerable. So I don't want antivirus to check. I don't want vulnerability protection to check. I don't want anti-spyware to check. Even file blocking, data filtering, I don't want. Okay, wildfire analysis also don't. I just want to check for the URL filtering. You just create a, whatever the individually whatever we have created for the URL filtering, it will check and just allow it. But I want to explain one more thing. See that, so that URL filtering profile, whatever I have explained it, assigned to it, that is only going to work on this policy, only one policy, right? So that is only going to work on this policy. You will view like this. Okay, so like if any traffic, like there is a one traffic coming from the outside. Okay, outside traffic coming from the outside. Okay, so outside traffic, we know that it's a vulnerable traffic, right, guys? So if traffic comes from the outside, source would be anything. Okay, and inside traffic coming from the inside, and destination, we know that it's a 172.16.1.0 plus 24. Okay, that's my destination. Application could be anything allowed. Okay, services anything allowed. Action is allowed. Okay, but I want to that for the outside traffic, we know that it's a could be the traffic coming from the outside, it means untrusted network. So I want to check antivirus. So I will put the antivirus profile. I want to verify. I want to like I want that all whatever the packet coming from the outside, it also should check vulnerability protections. So if I've created any vulnerability protection, I will assign like this. For anti-spyware, if I have a policy, we will just assign to this. URL filtering, I don't want. Traffic coming from the outside to inside, I don't want to assign any URL filtering. That's fine. File blocking, if you want to use file blocking, that it's that if from the outside network, if they're accessing any FTP server, they will not upload and download. So whatever the file blocking policy I've created, it's going to be followed. For the data filtering, if you have any policy, if you want to assign, if you want to make it action, you can do that. For wildfire, if traffic comes from the outside, definitely you just assign it. So likewise, profile wise, you can select individual profile, okay, and just type okay. So that's all. Any packets coming for this outside packet is going to be looked for. Each packet is going to be antivirus check, one of anti-spyware check, vulnerability protection check, even data file blocking check. Even it's going to check for data filtering and wildfire analysis. All going to be checked. Okay. So see that what individual everything you have created like object. So either what we can also do, go to the objects and come to the security profile. Just like I have created one security profile, I can create one more security profile. Like HR, I want to create one security profile for from outside traffic. Okay, outside security profile name would be anything. So any traffic coming from the outside, I just create one security profile for the outside traffic. So it will check for the antivirus. Likewise, it's a group I'm going to create. Instead of in the one policy, instead of adding one by one everything, I would have create here in the one policy. Okay, whatever the policy you have created. Okay, we know that how to create those all, right? We have already explained in my previous videos. Okay, so likewise, you just select whatever you want to select for the data filter policy, Wi-Fi analysis, and those all came into the one security group profile. Click OK. All came into the this name is outside security profile. Okay, wherever you want to assign this, wherever you want to assign outside security profile, wherever I have created like this, wherever you want to, wherever in which direction any of the policy. If traffic going from the inside to outside, traffic going from the outside to inside, traffic going from the DMZ to inside, wherever you want to put this security policy, in any policy you can put it. Okay, any policy like we have a one policy like LAN to WAN, traffic going from the inside to outside. If I want to assign those things in that policy, come to the action, go to the group. Security group is what? Security group is the combination of all the security profile, right? It's not like us all the only traffic coming from the outside to inside. No, wherever you want to assign, wherever you in any policy you want to assign your security policy, that is okay. See that it is security group looks like this. Okay, individual security profile looks like this. So just like we have created the object group, the same way we have created the same way we have created the security profile group. Same thing, nothing else. Like instead of going for like we have a security profile like antivirus, anti-spyware, everything. So we can either individual, we can create a one profile, like we can create a one profile and just add everything. Just create a one, give the one name, anything, whatever the name you want to give, and just assign all the profile, antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability, and wherever you want to use in any of the policy, whether going from the inside to outside, outside to inside, DMG to whatever the direction, and keep saying, okay, wherever you just assign which policy you want to monitor, any of the policy you want to monitor by this security profile. Okay, you just go and assign it, and we know how to assign, right? Like any of the policy, go to any policy, we need to go to the action, and in the action profile setting we need to assign either there's a two option, one is profile, one is group. If you select profile, it is individual, you will see that individually you can assign. Okay, if you created the security group, go to the security group profile, and if you have a group, any group you have created for that, you can select it. Okay, so likewise we can create a security profile group.